So good afternoon and welcome. I am Kelly Flannery. I'm the very proud President and CEO of the South Tampa Chamber of Commerce. And we are so thankful to have all of you here with us today. Now that we have taken our group photo, we invite you to please take a social media minute and share your photo out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter using hashtag STCOC to let everyone know that we are here together today with the South Tampa Chamber. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our board chair, Connie Gage, with some chamber updates.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am Connie Gage, the chairman of the board of the best Chamber of Commerce. As we continue to navigate this unusual time, I would like to let you know that on behalf of the South Tampa Chamber of Commerce, we are here for you. Each of us may be experiencing individual challenges right now, but I want you to know that the board of directors, ambassadors, and staff are here to help you in any way that we can. Over the past few months, your chamber has diverted our attention to these main priorities. The first one, advocacy. We continue to communicate regularly with our policymakers at all levels of government as a voice and advocate for local businesses. While there are frequent changes, we stay up to date by participating in multiple calls and video briefings each day with city, county, state, and federal officials, the Hillsborough County Emergency Policy Group, CDC, Florida Chamber of Commerce, U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and others. Our CEO was also one of the only 8 chamber CEOs invited to participate in a regional teleconference with Senator Rick Scott to discuss the needs of small business owners and the impact of COVID-19 on our local community. The second thing is the timely sharing of information. We continue to update our COVID-19 resources page on our website in real time as new information becomes available. And we now have added a business recovery resources page to be used as a one-stop place for chamber members to access the tools you will need to safely reopen your businesses. Make sure to tune in to our Facebook page each week for the Monday Minute with a recap of what happened last week and what you need to know this week. Side note, this last Monday was great. Kelly was in a rainstorm, so it was quite entertaining. So just had to throw that in. Third is promoting our members as hashtag open for business. Although we may be doing business differently these days, South Tampa is still open for business. The Chamber offers several mechanisms for our members to share your news and current offerings with fellow members and the community. Our Chamber staff will also be sharing an exciting update shortly. Fourth, virtual opportunities to connect and educate our members. While we may not be able to meet face-to-face, we continue to be committed to providing valuable connection, collaboration, and educational opportunities for our members each and every week. We are laser focused on the safe reopening, rebuilding, and recovery of our business community. Our chamber, along with a network of community partners through our MOU, have been and continue to meet weekly to discuss, collaborate, and seek out the necessary resources to create a strong foundation for recovery and the safe reopening and rebuilding of all of our local business and our community. I would also like to thank you, our chamber members, who continue to remember a member by ordering takeout from local restaurants, shopping at our retail stores, working together to reopen, and contributing to support our nonprofits. We also appreciate our many members who have generously given of their time and expertise to help us through this temporary time as we learn to Zoom, network in virtual settings, navigate remote work best practices, and how to remain social, on social media that is, while physically distancing and more. We know that we will experience more uncertainty in the upcoming weeks, but working together has never been more important. And as our community, country, and world emerge into recovery, we will harness the power of our local businesses to lead the way together. Like you, we have recently implemented new strategies and programs to pivot and adapt our services, but the mission of the South Tampa Chamber remains the same, and you can be assured that we are laser focused on local businesses, our economy, and our community's quality of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Connie, and thank you to our entire board of directors for your continued leadership. For those of you that are here today, if you'd like to wave or use one of the reaction icons below to identify yourself. And thank you all so much for your leadership and dedication to the chamber. In addition to all of those items that Connie just recently mentioned, we've also sent out 2 business assessments. One was at the end of March, one was at the end of April. We'll be sending another one out to the membership next week. And this has been a way for us to gauge and assess the climate of our business community and to better understand the impact that recent events have had on your business so that we will know how to adapt and move forward by providing additional resources and relevant programming to suit your needs. And now at this time, we would like to recognize our sponsors today. And so thank you so much to all of our sponsors. We'll let them take just a moment to get ready to introduce themselves.
Now? Okay. All right. Again, my name is Connie Gage. I'm a real estate agent with the Toni Everett Company, where I specialize in providing concierge real estate services in both residential and commercial transactions. When the pandemic began, we saw the inventory quickly dwindle down as people took their homes off the market to eliminate people coming into their homes. We're now seeing a change and the inventory is increasing, which is great for my buyers, and interest rates are still very low, lending another great opportunity to a home buyer. That said, everyone I have recently encountered in the real estate industry are practicing responsible social distancing, which is very good to see. So if you're considering purchasing or selling a home, it is really a great time. On a separate note, I would like to thank Jeff Gigante, for our speaker today, for all of the amazing things he and his company are doing for so many first responders in our community, and also all the moms that he treated for a very special Mother's Day meal. And thank you, Jeff, for being the good. And there certainly is a lot of good going on in our community. And it's a pleasure to be a sponsor today. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Next, I want to introduce Matt from Modern Consulting 360.
Everyone, thank you for having me. It's very few far between I get to have the opportunity to join you guys, but we are glad to support South Tampa Chamber this meeting, and are excited to have Jeff on here as the guest speaker, and I'm excited to see how this virtual new platform kind of takes off. I kind of actually like it, but I do miss going to the meetings and seeing everyone in person, but this is not so bad, so definitely enjoying it. But thank you for having us. We're excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. And Adam from Fast Signs unfortunately couldn't join us today, but as we go through the rest of the program, we're going to introduce something super fun, and Fast Signs has helped tremendously with that. And I'm sure you've seen some of their signs around the community. They are doing such great work. So feel free to check them out on social media, on their Facebook and Instagram page. They're constantly posting about the great things that are going on. So I'm going to turn it back over to Kelly for Remember a Member.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erica. And thank you again to all of our sponsors today. Thank you to Modern 360 Consulting, to Fast Signs, and of course to Connie Gage. Next today, we will remember a member. So obviously, as we're here today, we're not able to, with this size group, have everyone go through the room as we normally would to share your Remember a Member moments from this past month. So we invite you to use that chat feature again today throughout the presentation. Please feel free to include your contact information and to connect with each other throughout the event. We'll also ask that you use the chat feature to share your Remember a Member moment from this past month. And at the end of today's presentation, we will do a drawing and we will choose someone who has entered their Remember a Member moment to win a very special door prize today, donated by Angela with Combi Keg. This will be a 4-hour booking, including a pony keg from Bay Cannon Brewery and a cocktail of your choice. And so thank you to Angela and Combi Keg for donating today's door prize. Please include your Remember a Member moments in our chat feature today. We will feature some of them on our Monday Minute, as well as doing a drawing for the winner. All right, and now it is my pleasure to introduce our membership manager, Bo Giles, with some membership announcements.
Thanks, Kelly, and hello, everybody. My name is Bo Giles, as Kelly mentioned. I am the membership manager here at the Chamber, and what's most important to us is our members, and so I definitely have to, first and foremost, recognize our newest members that joined this month. Really excited to have this good group of folks adding some really interesting dynamics, I think, to the membership. So the first is Compass Health Consultants, Elon Aesthetics, Indoor Air Science, My Family Seasonings, NFM Lending, STCOC Design and Consulting, the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council, Tampa Restoration Equipment Rental Company, and the Tampa Bay Regional Transit Authority, otherwise known as TBARTA. So I just named our new members for this month, but I also just want to quickly recognize all the folks who have seen value during this time to continue to reinvest their money with us here. And so I just want to say congratulations on some of those folks celebrating the anniversary. And again, your membership and support of the Chamber is just so incredibly important, especially now. There are many places that we all can, spend our resources and put our resources into, especially during uncertain times. But we look forward to serving you in the coming year. Please let me know if there's anything that we can do to continue to help any of your businesses. And then I would also like to recognize our 110% club. When members voluntarily contribute an extra 10% over their annual investment amount, your contribution helps our Chamber continue to provide relevant programs, resources such as this to serve the needs of its members, as well as supporting the advocacy and promotion of business growth. And as always, we just wanted to recognize our Chairman Circle members and congratulate our two newest Chairman Circle members, Tampa Restoration Equipment Rental Company, who joined this month at silver level, and Sky Strategic Marketing, who decided to upgrade their membership to a gold level. Tanya from Sky and that team over there is amazing folks, and we're just really appreciative of our partnership with them. But especially thank you to all of our members for your support of our Chamber over these past few months. And as always, you allow us to continue to advocate for all of our businesses, connect and educate one another here in our Chamber, and make our community and South Tampa here the best place to live, work, and play. So again, thanks, Kelly, for giving me the opportunity to speak. I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone enjoys this really wonderful weekend, even though we're supposed to get some rain. And so with that being said, I would just like to introduce Erica, our events manager.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Bo. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Erica, and I'm the events manager here at the Chamber. As Connie said, we may be doing things a little differently, but we are still focused on providing valuable connecting and learning opportunities for our members. We launched our first virtual program on March 19th, and by May 31st, we had hosted 60 virtual opportunities and more than 1,600 attendees in just 11 weeks. So thank you to our members who have generously given their time and expertise in facilitating many of these events, as well as our sponsors who have made it possible for these events to be complimentary for our members. In addition to continuing to host virtual events on Zoom, we will also be adding new opportunities to showcase our members through social media platforms, so please make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We know you are looking forward to connecting in person again, as we all are. While we are committed to following all the recommended guidelines, we are hoping to resume hosting small gatherings, such as ribbon cuttings, and some of our other regularly scheduled events by August. So to best prepare, we have created a short survey that will be emailed to you tomorrow. please take a moment to share your feedback with us so we know the type of virtual events that you would like us to continue doing, as well as your thoughts on when and how to begin hosting live events. In the meantime, we are updating the Chamber's online calendar weekly and invite you to join us for upcoming events. Now I want to introduce you guys to Ashley.
Thank you, Erica. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley. I'm the Administrative and Communications Coordinator here at the Chamber. I've enjoyed meeting and working with many of you over the past few months as we've continued to share information and updates about your business on our website, social media, as well as in our restaurant and dining guide, virtual activities guide, and nonprofit guide. We're continuing to update these guides daily and share them with the community, so please continue to send us your business updates. Now is also a great time to take a moment to update your online member profile or upload your events, news, and promotions to the Chamber website. You can email me at hello@southtampachamber.org for instructions or if you need any assistance. We would also like to invite you to connect with us on social media. We have multiple member groups on Facebook and LinkedIn. We will be rolling out some new programs to promote our members as Open for Business on social media in the next few weeks. So make sure to check your email and our social media pages for updates. And speaking of Open for Business, I believe Kelly has one last announcement for you all.
Thank you so very much. And thank you to Bo and Erica and Ashley for all that you have done over the past several weeks as our organization, like many others, have had to make adjustments and pivot where needed. And I appreciate all of the hard work that all of you have done. And now it is my pleasure, and I'm very excited to introduce today a new campaign that we just recently launched. And it is our Open for Business campaign. Thanks to our partnership with Fast Signs, this week we begin to deliver open to business signs to our Chamber member businesses. We've also created a checklist for how to celebrate the reopening of your business and engage your customers. This simple 5-step guide, along with the top 10 ways to activate your membership, will be sent out via email following today's presentation, along with instructions on how to request your Open for Business sign, schedule a future ribbon cutting, and as a bonus, we'll be sharing how to host a virtual re-grand opening or mini ribbon cutting using Facebook Live. And as Erica mentioned, we'll begin facilitating live ribbon cuttings and events later on this summer. Thank you to Erica and Ashley again for all your hard work to create this program, and to make sure to check your email following today's meeting for the full details, as well as sign up links to participate. If you have questions about any of the announcements from today, please use the chat feature here on Zoom or connect with one of our staff members for assistance. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker today. Thank you so much to Jeff Gigante for being here with us. We will allow time for Q&A at the end of the presentation, so we encourage you, if you have questions for Jeff during today's presentation, to include those in the chat feature. It is my pleasure to have Jeff with us. He is the co-founder of the Ciccio Restaurant Group, founded in 1996, and has enjoyed growing their brands over the past 2 decades. Forbici Modern Italian marks Jeff's first venture outside of the CRG umbrella, and he has enjoyed assembling an all-star team of industry veterans to help bring this concept to fruition. He's happy to be back to his roots of full-service hospitality and is looking forward to building his brands with passion and love. And we have seen much of that in the past several weeks as Jeff has been out serving our community. Thank you so much to Jeff for being here with us today.
Hey, Kelly, thank you so much for having me. And what a holy moly. You guys are super organized. Kudos to you. And what a great attendance here. So I'm a little nervous, I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm thrilled to be on here. And a lot of times when I speak, question and answers is where we find most of the gold stuff. So we can definitely do that. And I'm happy to speak to all of the questions that you sent over to me. But really, I'm just feeling extremely grateful and humble right now because, you know, this for everybody was a harrowing experience. And certainly for us, you know, we had just opened our restaurant in June of last year and had, you know, feverishly been building our brand, and especially with me, this being kind of a departure and the start of Gigante Hospitality, everything was going so well. And then, you know, March hit and COVID hit, and, you know, the bottom just kind of fell out of our industry. And, you know, I know a lot of industries were hit very hard, but I believe the hospitality industry was hit especially hard, and maybe most of all. And when I say that, I encompass hotels and travel and tourism, you know, overall hospitality. That said, you know, it was very clear to me, having been in this business when 9/11 happened and when the subprime bust happened in 07, 08, I knew down deep what we had to do and how I had to lead our group. As you said so eloquently in my little bio intro, is, you know, I've assembled really great people, great industry veterans, but a lot of them had not been through something like this. So I really felt the calling to go on the offense early and be aggressive about building the takeout brand, because I knew it was going to be the lifeblood for the next however long. And you know, where a lot of the restaurateurs in Tampa, and I don't take anything away because I've got tons of deference and respect for them, a lot of them just chose to shutter because they believed it was going to be a short 1 to 2 week period. I had no illusions that, you know, anything with our government was going to be 1 to 2 weeks. I knew this was going to be kind of long hitting and extremely fluid, and it was going to change a lot because of so much data needing to be collected in order for them to make any kind of moves. So we started very early in March, probably the 15th or 16th, to start put together our new business plan to create, you know, Forbici to go. We created a new logo, you know, thanks to Brooke. Brooke's my PR, and I believe she's on here. She was integral in saying, you know, I'm going to take your lead, because she represents a lot of great brands in restaurants and hospitality. And so I was hearing kind of what a lot of other people were doing, and it just cemented in me what we needed to do as a company, which was dig our heels in, get a tight-knit group of employees that were on board. Because, to be honest, there were employees early on in March that were not comfortable working and being out in public, and that was okay. And there was no judgment or blaming or shaming coming from us. But I needed to know who was going to be in and who wasn't. Even so much so that, you know, my wife, who's literally the, you know, she's my boss. I had her go on reserve and say, you know, I may need to pull you in. And she was like, no problem. I'll be there for you, because I didn't know how small scale of a crew I was going to be able to have put together. But we went from 87 employees down to 27 employees. And that was a heavy payroll load at that time, because we really didn't have, I say pre-COVID, we were doing maybe $10,000 a week in to-go, because we had just started to build Slice Joint in the to-go arm of Forbici Modern Italian. So the first week was not great. I'll tell you that straight off the bat. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna have to cut more employees. But our marketing, you know, we started flyering, we started getting people out in the community and talking to neighbors. And, you know, I immediately went to my philanthropy mission, which was help our community. Who needs the help? Well, the first responders. So I'm very close with Chief Dugan and Sheriff Cronister and the mayor and Titus O'Neill, who's my brother, who has Bullard Family Foundation. We feed a lot of the communities in need in Tampa year round. So instantly we started reaching out to some of our great customers to see if they could help sponsor costs. And so, you know, I knew that this wasn't going to be a money-making thing, but my entire goal for this COVID was to lose an acceptable amount of money each week. And so I wasn't looking to make money. I was looking to inspire my staff and say, hey, yeah, the world's kind of shut down, but essentially there's great people out there that are looking to do good in the community. And, you know, that gave them purpose and it gave them hope. And from there, it was just a snowball. We decided the first weekend, so I think the mandate came out like on the 18th or 19th to shut us down. The last dining night would be Saturday, the 20th, maybe, of March. We made the decision that first weekend after that to have live music on our patio, just for the people, the few customers that were coming to pick up to go. And we likened it in here because we kind of became a war room inside because we weren't letting anyone in. But I said, you remember that scene in Titanic when the string quartet was playing and the ship was going down? I was like, we're going to do that. And, you know, it was, you know, we told our musician that we couldn't pay him a lot of money. He was just happy to get out of the house and to have somewhere to go. And so we paid him a little bit of money, but he made a lot of money that night in tips just from the customers that were so thankful to have a little bit of music while they were waiting to pick up their takeout. You know, our little wrapped toilet paper, you know, that was a gift that we had early on because I remember going home and my wife was like frantically going, oh my God, we can't get toilet paper. And I was like, what are you talking about? I called up my purveyors and they're like, Jeff, I can send you 100 cases of 60 rolls of toilet paper. All the restaurants had stopped ordering. You know, a majority of the restaurants in the state had shut down or gone down to 10 or 15% of their business. So they had an abundance of supplies. Now, same thing with the supply chain in the US with Walmarts and Targets, but people got out of their normal habits and started to stockpile. If everyone would have just bought what they needed for their family for that week, there would have been no shortage of anything. But people started hoarding and, you know, there's a psychology to what happened to us all. And so a lot of that played in. So we got toilet paper early and I said, everybody over $30 or whatever it was, $40, I wanted to wrap, hold on, I'm gonna get you one. So we wrapped the toilet paper in our pizza paper. And so we gave one of these with every to-go over $30. And let me tell you, you want to talk about self-marketing? And I, you know, I did it half selfishly saying, well, at least we'll give them something to giggle about because our tagline was, you know, your Forbici roll of toilet paper from the bottom of our heart to your family's bottoms. So that was our little, you know, every time somebody did this on social media, but we had hundreds and hundreds of organic posts of people saying, thank you so much. And, you know, restaurateurs in the area were starting to copy, which is fine. And, you know, I get it. It's all good. But, you know, for me, the creative mind wins in these types of, you know, scenarios. So we were constantly trying to be creative. We reached out to all of our vendors and asked for their support, and they were just happy that we were still open. So we had Peroni USA team up with us early on, and they gave us 20 cases of Peroni. So that was 80 six-packs. So we were given a 6-pack of Peroni with every order over $30. And so those little my wife calls them gifts with purchase. Those things are gimmicks in my industry are the best. So we did a lot of that, but it was really heartfelt. And we were fighting for our lives and it just caught on and we didn't stop. So that was really how we built. By the end of it all, we had close to a $3 million takeout business going. So from 500,000 at 10,000 a week to 3 million at 55, 60,000 a week. I was super proud of that. And what it did for, you know, by the end of it all, we had brought back 60 of the 87 employees because of the need and the volume. So I was really proud, but what it really did was it cemented the culture of our Gigante Hospitality Group in the minds of all of our partners and employees that, you know, if you set your mind to it and you believe in the mission and everyone's convicted and committed, anything can be done. So that was our story. And then, you know, the governor mandate came out with Governor DeSantis, 3 weeks ago now, I guess on a Wednesday or Thursday. And I was, everyone was there gathered around our TV and we were listening because we were hopeful he was going to open us back up, and it was at 25% inside. But I heard that and I let it go, but I heard the 100% capacity outside with 6 foot separation. So literally 5 minutes after he stopped speaking, I called up our landlord representative here, Nicole, our management of the Hyde Park area, and I asked her, you got to let us close that street out in front of Forbici. And she's like, what are you talking about? I said, the governor says we can have 100% of our existing capacity outside. I only have 35 seats on my patio. I need another 100. And she's like, well, the city's not going to really, that's an alcohol. You won't be able to serve alcohol out there, and the city's got to get involved. So I called Chief Dugan, who's a friend of mine, and I said, listen, what would you think if we pitched to Mayor Castor that we close down this street? As long as she would allow us and kind of give us her magic wand waving for permits and all that. And she goes, I like how you're thinking. The mayor's already thinking this way. We're meeting tomorrow. And so they talked about that, and the mayor had an amazing plan already in place to kind of give restaurants some of that ability. And we were able to get our tent up within 2 days of that phone call. So that really gave us a shot at getting back within 65 to 70% of our pre-COVID revenues. And everything from there has been, historical for us, because people appreciated what we did through the shutdown so much, and they came back, and we were blessed to get a lot of national press. I give a lot of kudos to Brooke for that, and really the whole team. And that all happened from just getting some local press, and they submitted what we did, our interviews, up to the national, and the national liked it. And so they reached out, and we've done MSNBC, Fox Business News, CNBC, Yahoo Sports, Tamron Hall Show. So we've done a lot of national stuff, which has been great, because as you guys all know, you can't pay for that type of exposure. It's been great for us, and we've been trying to, in a very respectful way, share that out on our channels so people know that, we've been here fighting since day one. And the Tamron Hall Show kind of threw me for a loop, because she's not ready. And opening up's too early for her, obviously, if you guys watch that clip on our social media. But, I called Brooke kind of flustered after that interview, and she's like, yeah, well, I'm not surprised. She's like, didn't you do any research on her? I was like, well, sadly to say, outside of, I knew she was on the Today Show, but she was, not really hard hitting, but, it was apparent that, she's on the fence about whether businesses should be back open, and we are anything but on the fence. And again, I respect everybody who feels that it's not the right decision. The same way I hope they respect us that, it is the right decision for us. Kelly, jump in, please, because, I feel like I'm rambling.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and thanks for sharing your story. And I think one of the things that's so great about what you've done with all of your multiple brands, and then through this process, is that you've continuously looked for ways to update your brands, to find innovation in your businesses, and to really listen to what it is that your clients and your customers want, and to make those changes as the market changes. Can you talk a little bit about that? What comes next for you, and what comes next for both Forbici and for any of the other brands that you may still be involved with?
Okay, so, well, first of all, I just want to clarify. About 2 years ago, I started to kind of separate myself out of CRG. It was a wonderful experience. I loved everything that I was able to build amongst there. But again, my heart lies in full service restaurants. And, when it becomes something other than about money and making money and more of a passion, I wanted to kind of put my stamp and create Gigante Hospitality as what Forbici has become, which is, we serve up memories at Forbici. We want to have experiences. And although, I love the paychecks that come from some of the great brands we created over there, They've got a great leadership team under my co-founder, Jimmy Lanza, our co-founder, Chef Luis Flores, and then Jimmy's sons, Matt and Stevie. They're on a great trajectory, and I wish them all the best. At the same token, I'm just a passive small investor over there, and I think that they're on a great mission of creating their grab and go style restaurants and a few of the other style that they're doing. But that being said, I really feel very passionate about the mission of Gigante Hospitality. And I don't know if you guys have seen on my social, but I teased a couple days ago about the next concept that's going to be coming out soon. It's not ready to be exposed yet. Brooke would kill me. But in the coming weeks, you guys will be reading and seeing about it. And I'm so excited. And I know it's got God's hands all over it, because I could only dream to do the things that we're going to be doing with the group of people that I'm going to be doing them with. And I'm just super, super grateful and humbled and so excited to have these announcements come out. But it's going to be another full service concept along the lines and size of Forbici, in the new American style of food. And got some exciting chef news to make, and a great team that we're assembling in an area that I think I'm so excited to be. It's over in the West Shore area. And we have a few other concepts that are starting to kind of get accelerated, because in times like this, opportunity does arise, and it's starting to come. And so I'm super bullish on announcing some great things for Gigante Hospitality here in the coming weeks and months.
Very exciting. Well, now we're all curious. That's like saying, like, I know a secret, but I can't tell you.
That's right. Isn't that the best? You guys will be waiting on the pins and needles to see. But no, it won't be long for the West Shore one.
Mm-hmm.
We're just, solidifying the deal and getting, a lot of the structure in place. And, again, out of an abundance of cautious optimism, I just want to make sure that all of the ducks are in a row before we come out and speak too soon. But I believe, and what we've always tried to do at CRG, as well as I'm doing here, is we look into the marketplace and we see where there may be some gaps, and we try to provide, the stop gaps for that. And I think that this concept is going to fill that. There'll be a big pedestal ground floor with a 4,000 foot rooftop bar, event space attached to it, a catering kitchen. Super excited, and I can't wait to share it with everyone. But there's a lot of, as we all know, I'm sure everybody on this, because they're all businesses, is very bullish on Tampa. Tampa has such an amazing development and growth happening over the next 3 to 5 years. I don't see any of that changing. I see that maybe some people that shouldn't have been in certain industries will be washed out by what has just happened, but the strong will survive, and I think they'll only get busier and better.
Incredible. Well, we can't wait to celebrate your next location and your next concept with you. We'll be there with bells on, and our entire chamber group to do a ribbon cutting and to support you and celebrate you. And thank you so much for being here with us today. I know that Brooke included her email address in the chat, so if there's anyone that has any questions from today that we were not able to get to or that we didn't answer, please feel free to reach out to Jeff or reach out to Brooke so we can get that information for you. And do you want to just share, are there any specials or any events or things that are happening at Forbici in the next couple of weeks that you want to share? I know that we're going to have a bunch of members that are going to be coming to visit you, because now we're all craving this delicious homemade pizza. Pasta.
Hey, Jeff, I was going to say, and I texted you this, but Kelly and I, we think we should host a virtual dinner party with our chamber members, which I know we would be happy to do since we have perfected that, Jeff.
So the virtual dinner parties was something that came out of a great customer. What's his name? Hannaran.
Yeah, Brian Hannaran.
Brian, sorry. flew out of my mind. And we've done 3 of those so far. We're doing our 4th, which is with the leadership team at Advent Health, with the chief and the sheriff and a bunch of really great community leaders. But yeah, we would love to do one of those for the chamber. I thought that would be great. And it's great fun, and it's a little different take. Even though our doors are open now, it's a nice intimate setting, and you got our food in front of you, and we're showing you how we make things, and great question and answer. That's great. We have Sunday coming up. This Sunday under the Cafe di Strada, our street-side tent cafe. We've got Tom Haidt, who's this amazing Frank Sinatra crooner. So he'll be singing in the tent. And then Monday, we have our Memorial Day Monday brunch from 11 to 4 with live music in the tent. And but other than that, we're just open every day, and we're happy to welcome, we're getting more and more less hesitant customers coming in and feeling comfortable and eating with us 3 and 4 times a week, which we love. But it's nice to see people start to get back to a sense of normalcy, which is, I think is part of the healing path that we all need to do, and do it at our own pace. No rush here, but when you come in, you're asked to use hand sanitizer, and we take your temperature, and, all of our people, touching food are wearing masks and gloves. Everyone's wearing gloves. We're sanitizing the heck out of the place every 15 minutes. And, single-use menus. You see a lot of habits that are going to be changed forever. This stuff, I think a lot of it's, the temperature, that stuff will go away, but there's going to be a lot more cleanliness, which is only a great thing. It's always been a keystone of any hospitality group that I work in. We're kind of clean freaks. So you can't have enough clean dining rooms and kitchens in our industry.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that you all have done so well is to communicate with your customers and with the public every step of the way. So as you've made changes, as you've implemented new safety protocols. And so I think that's really important for business owners to think about as they're starting to either reopen or to just expand their offerings back to, a little bit more normalcy, is just to communicate. The more that we share, the safer people will feel. And for those that have some hesitation about being out right now, they'll know that they have a safe environment to visit. So thank you so very much. Any closing thoughts that you want to share before we end our program today?
Yeah, it's always been my message. You'll see it if you see any of the stuff that we've done, is that this is our country's time of healing. And I think that it's got to be really free from blame and judgment. This is an individual personal path for every business person, every citizen, every community member, everybody. And I don't think that anybody should be judging, blaming, pointing fingers, any of that. I just think that it's got to be a time of understanding and a time of healing for us all, and to know that truly, as cliche as the saying is, we are all really in this together. And, I just think that it's, this has been unprecedented times. It's a thing that will be written in history books, that, we went through this really weird spring to summer period where the entire globe shut down for a period of time to try to prevent as many deaths as we could. But at some point, you've got to question, is the cure way worse than what the threat was economically in the future? And, it's time to kind of, in my opinion, it is time for us to find our path back to normalcy and to health and wellness and safety of opening businesses back up. So I appreciate you guys having me on here. I love my chamber membership, and I'm going to talk to Bo about maybe us having a little mini reopening, although we never closed. But it'd be nice to just ceremoniously say,
Absolutely.
Yeah, here's a bookmark on this entire period of time.
Absolutely. And we would be honored and happy to do that with you as one of your community partners. Thank you so much for being here today, Jeff. I think you really are one of those businesses and one of those business owners who has done everything right. And so I hope that throughout this process, you've been taking good notes, because perhaps there's a book or something in there
Well,
So-
you say that, but another partner of mine is, you know, I'm going away for a little bit of time. He's like, you've got to write down, get a calendar in front of you. And so my partner, Joe Gigante, and I are going to write this because, you know, my kids are 12 and 8. And, you know, although they don't quite understand it, it'd be nice for them to look back and read, hopefully as a little guidebook, because, you know, history always has a crazy way of repeating itself as to, you know, how we kind of navigated this. So I am going to put pen to paper. You know, it's not going to be a published thing, but it's going to be something that I want to just remember for our family and for what we went through. But thanks for that.
Well, thank you so very much. And there's been a ton of really kind comments in our chat today. So I will download a copy of that and send it to you.
Please do. That would be great.
Be looking through that while you're speaking, but I'll send that over for you to take a look at because it'll just, I think, make your day.
And any questions, just send them to Brooke. I'm sure she put her stuff on here, but you know, we'll answer all of them. And thank you for letting me come on and share this. It's been cathartic for me.
Well, good. We're glad you're here. And anytime that you'd like to come back, we'll have you come back and do an update, maybe when we're on the other side of all of this and we figure out what that new normal looks like down the road. It might be interesting to kind of have a, you know, a then and now type of conversation.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you. So thank you so much to Jeff. He shared with us some of the great things that they're going to be doing at the restaurant over the next couple of days. So definitely make sure to check out their social media or their website if you have an interest in going to visit them. A couple quick announcements, and we'll open up the room for networking. Please feel free to continue to stay and connect with each other. Thanks again to our sponsors today. Of course, our board chair, Connie Gage, Modern Consulting 360, you guys are awesome. And Fast Signs, thank you for not only sponsoring today's event, but also our Open for Business program. That email went out about 4 minutes ago, so you guys will have that information to take a look at. When we finish here today, give us a call here at the Chamber office with any questions. Don't forget that we have 2 resources pages available for you on the Chamber website, our COVID-19 resources, as well as our new business recovery resources page. We also have, this is our final week of the Spread the Love contest on both our Facebook page and the Taste of South Tampa Facebook page. Also sponsored by Connie Gage this week. Connie, you're on a roll and you joined 110% Club. We know that our board chair loves our chamber. Thank you so much, Connie. So make sure that you go to both the chamber page and the Taste page to enter those contests. Tomorrow morning at 9:30, we are going to welcome Commissioner Sandy Merman and County Administrative Mike Merrill. They're going to join us to chat about the $270+ million that Hillsborough County received as part of the CARES Act and some programs that they're going to be rolling out to help with business recovery in the upcoming weeks. So please join us to learn more about that. And super exciting announcement. This morning, we just confirmed that the Tampa Bay History Center will be joining us next Thursday for our next virtual Chamber Cheers, and we're going to be doing a virtual Tampa trivia. So if you have an interest in partnering with us to sponsor some door prizes for that event, please reach out to Erica. Otherwise, thank you. We're so thankful for you as members, as partners. We are in this together. We are stronger together, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Please stay, continue to connect. We'll turn the recording off, but we'll leave the room open, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.